How to be stoic in times of crisis. In times of crisis, whether personal, financial, or even global, many people feel lost, anxious, and powerless in the face of difficulties. In these moments, Stoicism, a practical and ancient philosophy, can offer a valuable path to finding inner peace and strength. But what does it really mean to be stoic during times of crisis? How can we apply the teachings of the great Stoic philosophers to overcome suffering, find peace, and cultivate resilience? Being stoic in challenging times doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or distancing yourself from emotions. On the contrary, it's about recognizing and handling these emotions wisely and maturely. In Stoicism, we are taught to focus on what we can control and accept what is beyond our reach. This approach allows us to develop a mindset of acceptance, helps us face difficulties with courage, and prevents us from wasting energy on useless worries. Imagine a situation where you lose your job, a crisis many people have faced that can shake one's sense of identity and security. By adopting a Stoic view, you'd start by asking yourself, what is within my power to do now? What actions are within my control? Instead of falling into despair, you use adversity to strengthen yourself and look for realistic solutions. In this video, we'll explore how Stoic principles can help us stay calm amid chaos, let go of what we cannot control, and turn crises into opportunities for growth. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now so you don't miss any content. Leave a like to support the channel, and let me know in the comments what you think about Stoicism. Has this philosophy impacted your life? Do you believe it can really help tackle modern challenges? Your comment is very important to me, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, let's dive deep into Stoic teachings and understand how to apply this philosophy in difficult times. To understand how to apply Stoicism in times of crisis, it's essential to grasp some of the main concepts of this philosophy. Originating in ancient Greece, primarily developed by Zeno of Citium, and later popularized by Roman thinkers such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism teaches that happiness and tranquility depend on one thing: our ability to control our reactions and thoughts, regardless of external circumstances. The Stoics believed that much of human suffering doesn't stem from situations themselves, but rather from how we interpret them. A crisis, whether a breakup, financial difficulty, health issue, or even a pandemic, is often inevitable. But the way we react to this crisis is what determines our suffering. And this is where Stoicism offers practical, powerful guidance for challenging times. Understand what you can and cannot control. For Stoics, the first step in finding peace amidst chaos is distinguishing what is within our control from what is beyond it. This seemingly simple distinction is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. As Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and one of Stoicism's great advocates, wrote in his book Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Imagine you're going through a financial crisis. Many things in this situation are beyond your control. The state of the economy, political decisions affecting your work sector, market competition. However, there are factors you can control. How much you save, your willingness to learn new skills, the pursuit of alternative opportunities. Focusing on these aspects within your reach, instead of worrying about what you cannot change, helps maintain mental clarity and reduces stress. This is the first practical Stoic exercise. Cultivate mental resilience by focusing only on what is within your power. Acceptance. Embrace reality instead of resisting it. One of the core practices of Stoicism is acceptance. Accepting doesn't mean giving up or resigning to suffering. It means recognizing reality as it is, without denial or resistance. Seneca, one of Stoicism's principal thinkers, taught that suffering often intensifies when we resist facts and insist things should be different from what they are. In times of crisis, acceptance allows us to view the situation clearly, without illusions, and frees us to act constructively. Consider a situation of loss, such as the loss of a loved one. It's natural to feel devastated, but resisting this reality can prolong suffering and prevent us from handling grief in a healthy way. By accepting the loss, acknowledging it as part of life's natural cycle, we can deal with our emotions more balancedly. Accepting reality is the initial step toward inner peace, allowing us to act from a place of clarity rather than resistance. Practice negative visualization. One of the Stoics' most intriguing exercises is negative visualization, known as premeditatio malorum, or the anticipation of evils. This exercise involves reflecting on possible adversities we might face in the future. Far from being pessimistic, This visualization mentally prepares us for challenges and teaches us to value what we have. By imagining adverse situations, we aren't attracting negativity but instead strengthening ourselves to be ready if something similar occurs. Try this exercise. Think of something you value in your life, your health, for instance. Now, imagine how you would respond if you lost this health or faced a serious illness. This reflection may seem harsh, but it helps fortify the mind, train emotional resilience, and cultivate gratitude. You prepare yourself to handle difficulties more calmly and clearly. At the same time, it enhances your appreciation for what you have today, promoting a sense of gratitude and contentment. Embrace amor fati. Love your fate, whatever it may be. One of Stoicism's most fascinating concepts is amor fati, which means love of fate. This idea involves not only accepting what happens to us, but also loving reality as it is, with both its good and bad parts. For the Stoics, every situation, no matter how difficult, brings an opportunity for learning and growth. Embracing amor fati means accepting that each crisis, each loss, each challenge has a purpose, even if it's not immediately visible. With this mindset, a crisis stops being just a period of suffering and becomes an opportunity for learning. Think of a difficult moment you've been through, a loss, a disappointment, a turning point. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? How did it make me a stronger or wiser person? This is the essence of amor fati. By looking at adversity with gratitude, you reduce suffering and strengthen yourself to handle future challenges. Practice self-discipline and emotional control. Another essential aspect of Stoicism is the cultivation of self-discipline. For the Stoics, one of life's main goals is to reach apatheia, a state of calm where emotions do not control our actions. This doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing emotions, but rather learning to manage them. In times of crisis, self-discipline is fundamental to avoid impulsive decisions and maintain serenity. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them." If we go through a difficult situation and respond impulsively, we often worsen the problem. Practicing emotional control and self-discipline allows us to assess the situation clearly, reflect before acting, and respond wisely. This control over our reactions helps us face the crisis more balancedly and effectively. Try exercising self-discipline in everyday situations. When feeling anxious, practice deep breathing, allowing your thoughts to settle. When dealing with a difficult person, control your impulses and avoid responding reactively. By practicing self-discipline in small situations, you strengthen your ability to respond calmly in times of crisis. Turn crisis into an opportunity for growth. Finally, one of Stoicism's most powerful teachings is to view crisis as an opportunity for personal development. By approaching difficulties with a growth mindset, you not only learn to deal better with suffering but also become a stronger and wiser person. Each challenge you face becomes a stepping stone that, rather than blocking your path, serves to strengthen your steps. When we face a crisis with a Stoic attitude, we cultivate resilience and adaptability. Instead of seeing ourselves as victims of circumstances, we take control of our reaction and seek growth. This mindset transforms us into people more prepared to face any adversity that life may present. Now that we've explored some of the main Stoic practices for facing crises, let's put this knowledge into practice. Stoic practices for everyday life in times of crisis. Now that we've explored the main concepts of Stoicism, let's dive into how to apply these ideas in our daily lives. In times of crisis, it's essential to transform theoretical knowledge into practical actions because it's in practice that Stoicism becomes a powerful tool for facing adversity. Let's explore practices that you can apply daily to develop a resilient mindset and face difficult moments with serenity and courage. 1. Morning exercise. Daily Stoic reflection. One of the most recommended practices by Stoic philosophers is to start the day with a brief reflection on the challenges you might face and how you intend to respond to them. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, suggests that upon waking, we should remember that we may encounter difficult people and challenging situations, and that it's up to us to respond with calm and balance. When you wake up, take a few minutes to reflect on possible difficulties of the day. Ask yourself, what obstacles might I face today? How can I respond to them with serenity? This simple mental exercise can prepare you for the unexpected, helping you to approach problems with a calm and rational attitude. 2. Stoic meditation. The inner journey. Stoic meditation differs somewhat from traditional meditation. It involves spending a few minutes of the day reflecting on your own actions, reviewing what you did right and wrong, and visualizing how you can improve in the future. This practice, recommended by Seneca, is a valuable tool for self-awareness and emotional strengthening. At the end of the day, ask yourself, how did I respond today? Were there moments when I lost control of my emotions? What could I have done differently? This exercise isn't about being self-critical or feeling guilty, but rather about observing and learning. Each mistake is an opportunity to improve. With this daily practice, you become more aware of your reactions and develop self-control. 3. The practice of Stoic gratitude. Gratitude, though not always explicitly mentioned in Stoicism, is a fundamental practice for maintaining serenity in times of crisis. Epictetus, for example, teaches us to value what we have and to remember that nothing is guaranteed. This principle helps us to appreciate the present, even when it's difficult. Take a moment to mentally or on paper list 3 things you are grateful for, especially those you tend to take for granted. It could be your health, a trustworthy friend, or even a resource that makes life easier. The daily practice of gratitude helps to focus on the positive, reminding us that, despite hardships, there is always something to value. In times of crisis, this practice becomes even more essential for maintaining emotional balance. 4. Control your mind with the Stoic principle of indifference. Stoics believed that some things are indifferent, meaning they are neither good nor bad in themselves but become relevant according to our perception. In times of crisis, this principle can be applied to separate what truly matters from what is merely a superficial concern. Imagine you're facing a stressful situation at work. Ask yourself, is this really important in the long term? Will this problem have the same impact on my life a year from now? By practicing Stoic indifference, you train your mind not to cling to transient or irrelevant things, focusing instead on what truly matters. 5. Accept death as part of life. Memento mori. In Stoicism, the concept of memento mori, or remember death, is fundamental to valuing each moment of life and facing crises with a broader perspective. This practice might seem somber, but it is actually liberating. By remembering mortality, we come to value the present, the people we love, and the simple moments of life. To apply memento mori daily, take a moment, preferably at the end of the day, to reflect on the impermanence of everything around you. Ask yourself, if this were my last day, am I living as I would like? Am I spending my time on what truly matters? This exercise reminds us to value the small things and to avoid unnecessary worries. 6. Handle criticism and difficult people with Stoic calm. In times of crisis, we often face criticism and negativity from both close people and strangers. Stoic philosophy teaches us not to be affected by others' opinions and to deal with difficult people without losing our calm. Epictetus reminds us that others' reactions are outside our control, but our response to them is in our hands. When facing criticism or dealing with a difficult person, take a deep breath and remember, this is out of my control. What is in my control is my response. By practicing this mindset, you avoid letting others' emotions affect your mental state and maintain serenity amidst conflict and stress. 7. Stoic resilience. Cultivate the spirit of overcoming. Finally, one of the greatest lessons that Stoicism offers in times of crisis is the importance of cultivating resilience and the ability to overcome challenges. Each crisis is an opportunity to develop inner strength and improve our capacity to adapt. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that obstacles are the way. Difficulties are the ground where our courage and perseverance are tested and strengthened. In difficult times, ask yourself, how can I use this crisis to become a stronger person? What can I learn from this experience? This shift in perspective allows us to see crisis not as an end but as a process of transformation and growth. The daily practice of these Stoic actions helps us internalize the philosophy and develop a calm and resilient mind. These Stoic practices are a pathway to finding serenity and inner strength, even in the most challenging moments. Crisis can be a test, but with Stoicism, it becomes an opportunity for self-knowledge and growth. Remember, you have the power to choose how you will react and where to focus your energy, and this makes all the difference. If this video resonated with you, or if Stoicism has already played a role in your life in some way, share your experience in the comments. Let's discuss how these practices can be applied in each person's reality. Your insights could inspire others who are also facing crises. And if you enjoyed this content and want more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Your subscription is essential for us to continue sharing these powerful teachings with more people. Let's walk this path of growth together.